big media machines were pushing these narratives as well, and people who I thought were pretty smart and intelligent were going with these conclusions and narratives. So there were just all of these things happening simultaneously where I was just like, man, this is strange. We need more common sense. We need more voices. So I just started to lend my voice to it. Fast forward a little bit into February 2019. I'm standing at my pop-up shop where I'd been promoting my music and my merchandise. And it was early morning. I'd just come back from the gym. And the mall was quiet. It's like 9:30 a.m. in the morning. Not a lot of people are out shopping yet. So I'm just scrolling through my social media feeds. And I see two different stories of males competing in female sports in the USA and winning medals. And I'm just like, this is so stupid. This is the dumbest thing. And then my brain just goes, I wonder what the British women's deadlift record is. Like, I've got a good deadlift. I wonder what the record is in my weight class. So I just did a quick Google search and I saw that it was, I think it was 210 kilos was the British women's deadlift record. And I was like, oh, well, my PB is, I can lift 65 kilos more than that. And I actually already had a video on my phone from one of my previous sessions of me pulling 230. So I just took out my phone. I had 19,000 followers on Twitter at the time, about 50,000 across social media. And I just typed a bit of a joke tweet. I just said, I keep hearing about how biological men have no strength advantage over women in 2019. So watch me destroy the British women deadlift record without trying. P.S. I identified as a woman while lifting the weight. Don't be a bigot. I just put it out there like I put out all my other posts. I thought it'll get a couple of LOLs, maybe a few likes, a few shares, and I created a monster. Within a matter of hours, the video had over 100,000 views, and then 200,000, 400,000, 500. It went up to multi-millions of views. By the following day, I was being contacted by mainstream media channels, the Sunday Times, BBC, Sky News, Fox News. Hey, we want to talk to you about your deadlift tweet. We want to talk to you about transgender women competing in women's sports. We want to talk to you about why you posted this. And I just said yes to everything. Every offer, every radio slot, every TV slot, any podcast that wanted to talk to me, I was just like, sure, I'll talk to you. And initially, the conversations were focused very much around that issue, which was actually very being hotly contested at the time because the Olympics was going to be coming up the following year, the 2020 Olympics, which I believe ended up being delayed because of the whole pandemic situation. Yeah. But it turned out the timing of that post actually hit the intersection of a lot of things that were going on. So the tweet went viral in all of these different worlds. It went viral in the political world. It went viral in the sort of social, cultural commentary world. It went viral in the feminist spaces of the internet. It went viral in the whole weird trans community thing. It just, UK, USA, Australia, Canada.
What the London Real Investment Club actually does for you, it gives you the keys to open that door to the inside deals. In the last 3 weeks, I've participated in 3 incredible deals, a layer 2 Bitcoin protocol, an incredible AI protocol. The deal flow is beyond what I expected. I don't think I've ever seen a model like this that just gives average folks the opportunity to be behind the deals. And that's exactly what we've done. Not only that, you get to hang out with Brian Rose every week. And for me, that was huge because I look at Brian as somebody who's not only an expert in the space, and I think is on the leading edge, but just the leading edge of thought with London Real and the work he's doing there. To anyone who's taking a serious look at this, I know it's a big decision. It was a big decision for me and my family, and it is one of the best decisions I've ever made. So I wish you all the best and hope you come join us.
Any country that had been having this debate around transgender ideology, female identifying men competing in women's sports, whatever, it just blew up. And I think because at this time, 6 years on now, a lot more people are willing to discuss this issue and talk about it. But you have to remember that in February 2019, it was not a popular position to speak out or even question some of this stuff. We saw something very similar happen the next year with a different issue. And so I was one of the first people with a significant platform who just early on didn't just go the route of giving the biological and logical explanation as to why this is a bad idea, but just took the idea and kind of ran with it. So instead of, yes, I can obviously explain to someone why it's stupid to have males compete in women's sports, but I'm just going to take your logic and I'm going to run with it. And it also ended up being a bit of a checkmate maneuver, because even the people who had been promoting this ideology, if you ask them, what is a woman? They'll tell you a woman is anyone who identifies as a woman. And if a man identifies as a woman, he's a woman. That's been their whole narrative. That was the Caitlyn Jenner narrative. And so I was like, cool, I'm not going to get mad at you. Cool, I'm taking that. Boom, give me my record. And so it was this checkmate move where you either had to go, well, okay, this person is not actually a woman and this is silly, or you have to acquiesce and go, oh, well, I guess if she identifies as a woman, then this is valid. And so it just led to this gigantic wave of media opportunities. Joe Rogan discovered it, talked about it on his podcast, invited me on. Tucker Carlson, when he was still working at Fox News, he did a whole segment on it. Ben Shapiro did a segment on it. Steven Crowder, like all of these people, predominantly in the more conservative media space, they, people across the world thought it was hilarious, right? Like even people on the more left and progressive side, like it was just such a, I think the post just kind of nailed it. So, yeah, it just went super viral. It went crazy viral, and I took advantage of the opportunities that were in front of me. At this stage, of course, I already had lots of music out. I'd started my podcast at this point. I'd built up a good presence on social media, so it wasn't like the tweet came from someone who had nothing else interesting about them. So when I was able to do these interviews and speak about other issues and so on, people were like, oh, okay, this guy's smart. Oh, he's got an interesting background. He's a British guy from, British Nigerian guy raised in Saudi Arabia, studied at Oxford University, a musician, so on. So people got to know me, people got to know my personality, and 6 years later on, here we are. People still want to talk to me.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.